All right, how you guys doing over there?
We're good.
You excited to do an interview?
Of course.
All right, we're not interrupting your day, are we?
She missed bingo for this.
You missed bingo for this.
I did so.
Oh, wow, well.
Let's make it good.
Right, so welcome to our little interview here. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us who our viewers are listening to right now.
Clara Belle Whitler.
Clara Belle, thank you so much for being here. Now today I thought it would be fantastic to sit down and talk with you and see maybe some of us can learn some of your life experiences.
Possibly.
How old are you?
94.
94 years old. And how does that feel to say that you're 94?
Well, I'm just happy to be 94 and still be around. I was born in the Linden area.
Okay.
That's about 30 miles south and east of here. And that's where I took all my schooling. I was raised on a farm. And as you know, girls and boys all had to share doing their share of the chores, inside and out.
That's right. What kind of chores did you do on the farm?
In later years it was milking cows and the usual household chores.
I think maybe some of our younger viewers might not know what the usual household chores are. What are some of the things that you used to do?
Wash and dry dishes and clean the kitchen, or clean the upstairs, and one important thing, be at the table, presentable at dinner, breakfast, dinner, and supper.
So everybody ate at the table.
Oh, you bet.
Did anyone have a cell phone at the table?
Heavens no, I never heard of cell phones.
When you say presentable at the table, what do you mean by that?
Your hair is combed, your face is washed, and your hands are clean.
And why do you think that was important to be presentable at the table?
Well, that was a family pride.
Family pride. Were you allowed to wear hats at the table?
Right?
Were you allowed to wear hats at the
No.
table? No hats.
Never wore it. I don't think I had a hat.
Now, when we talked about cell phones and technology, a lot of things that we have today, you guys didn't have.
We had never heard of such.
Let's start out with maybe TVs. Did you guys have a TV in your home growing up?
Not growing up, but 1960 in my married life, we got about 1960 we got our first TV.
And was that, it was a big box TV,
Oh
wasn't it?
yes, a big heavy box.
And was that in black and white?
Yes.
And do you remember any of the TV shows that you watched?
Yes. Amos and Andy, Fibber and Molly McGee, and the barn dance
The Barn Dance.
from down in the States.
What was your favorite TV show?
And some of those years it was Lassie.
Lassie.
The family watched Sunday afternoons.
Every Sunday afternoon you would all gather around and watch Lassie.
Yes,
That's wonderful.
it was.
And how come everybody would come together to watch Lassie?
And that was interesting. And then interesting about that, one of my boys was very soft-hearted, and very often he and I would end up in our bedroom because he just couldn't take that sadness.
Was it always sad?
Not always, I don't think. I couldn't say.
Yeah. So TV was something that we wanted to ask you about. Now, you said cell phones isn't something that you guys had. Did you have any type of telephone?
Telephone?
Did you have a telephone in the home?
Oh yes, the wall type that you crunch.
Oh, you cranked it. And when you cranked it, who did it go to?
Well, there was a central, we call it central, but there were 6 or 8 or more parties on the line,
Oh my.
and each had their own thing now. Ours was 2 longs and 2 shorts, 2 long rings and 2 short rings.
Oh my gosh. So that's how you cranked your phone to call someone?
Yes,
So 2 short rings, 2 long ones, and that went to a certain operator?
yes, the central operator.
Now, what do you think about all the cell phones and technology today? Do you have a cell phone now?
Oh, heavens no. That's out of my world.
That's out of your world. And how about TVs? Are TVs something that you enjoy now?
I enjoy my TV very much. And the first thing in the morning, I watch the Weather Channel. Then possibly I watch a bit of global news before breakfast. Then I don't watch anymore usually until Dr. Phil is on the afternoon.
You like Dr. Phil?
Yes. Gets a little tiresome sometimes, but I usually get some enjoyment from it.
Okay.
And at supper time I watch global news, and then the national news, and then the weather again. But if there's baseball, I'll probably watch baseball in the meantime.
So you're a baseball fan, are you?
Oh yes.
How come you like baseball so much?
Well, we played it all our lives in school, and my big family got into baseball. Some of them did very, very well. And my husband and I watched baseball games with kids and grandkids for 49 years.
Wow. And now you're still watching it on TV.
Oh yes,
Who's your favorite team?
Toronto Blue Jays.
And do you have a favorite player on the team?
I think I'd have to say Jose Bautista.
And how come he's your favorite player?
Well, I think because he's always done so well, but I'm very disappointed with this year coming up when incarnation is not included in our team.
They had to let him go.
I don't know why.
Maybe he wanted too much money.
Well, that could have been. Money rules the world.
That's right. So we'll be disappointed he won't be in the lineup this year.
Yes.
Maybe we can send him this video and maybe he'll change his mind. No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. It'd take more than me to change his mind. Or their minds.
Nor their minds. We could try. I'll write him a letter.
Okay.
I'll write him a letter and let him know that you told him that we want to see him on the Blue Jays this year.
Whatever good that will do, we'll try.
Okay. So we were talking about how you're a baseball fan, and the Blue Jays made the playoffs last year.
Yes.
And you thought you might want to go down there and tell them what they should be doing.
Well, only through this.
Only through the stands?
Only through the TV.
Only through the TV.
You should know better than that.
She'd yell at the TV.
So what happened when they lost? They weren't listening to you.
Well, no, I took the bad with the good. The good with the bad.
Anything but a movie star. Well, you're our movie star today.
Oh, great.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Movie?
Yeah, do you watch movies?
Sound of Music.
The Sound of Music. And how come you enjoy that one?
I don't know why, I just really enjoy it, and that favorite lady star, is it Judy Andrews? I think so, possibly.
Judy Andrews.
Julie.
Oh, Julie. Julie Andrews.
Yes.
And okay, so you were telling us about how you handwrite the notes and cards that you send out.
I try, and I managed to get the job done. This last year, I had to just write one paragraph at a time and then go at it later.
So how many brothers and sisters do you have?
There were 4 of us, 3 girls and a younger brother. And then our married family, we raised 7 children, 6 boys and 1 girl.
You had 6 boys and 1 girl? You have a baseball team right there.
We tried.
That's wonderful. So did they grow up on a farm as well?
Oh yes.
And what kind of chores did they have to do?
Help with the milking, helping with all the feeding the animals and picking eggs for the chickens and helping with the farm work.
What was your favorite breakfast meal to make for your family?
One of the real strong points, there was always cereal, either cold cereal or hot cereal, and then there were always eggs.
And do you have a meal that you would make? How did you make your eggs?
Well, for breakfast, there were fried eggs, and each one had their own choice. And they were in the oven waiting for them as soon as they got there.
And oh, so you would heat them in the oven, or you would bake the
I
eggs?
keep them warm in the oven.
Okay. I want to ask you if you have a favorite childhood memory that you'd like to share with us?
Well, my father was one of 13 children.
Wow.
And on the farm we lived quite once in a while, maybe once a year, the uncles would get together and they'd have a wonderful time at our house. I remember one time they were all together after supper. My little brother had gotten a game of some sort, kind of a dark type of a game, and Mom had gotten ready and fixed all their beds for them. And they played that game all night. And she was so fast in the morning, nobody used those beds.
What game did they play? Do you remember?
Oh, no, I don't remember. It was kind of something on a stick that they threw at a dart.
Okay.
At a dartboard type thing.
So did everybody get in trouble when your mom found out?
Well, no, she knew if we were playing, but these were the uncles.
Oh, these are the uncles, that's right. So she didn't get the uncles in trouble.
No, but she was sure cross in the morning when nobody used those beds.
So, Clara Belle, if there was anything that you've learned you're 94 years old? If there's anything that you've learned over your 94 years that someone else could learn from you, what would you tell them?
Oh my goodness.
There's been a lot of years.
I'm a strong advocate of common sense. And you knew right and wrong, and you knew which you should do.
So that we should use our own common sense and do the right thing.
Right.
And
you would realize there's a lot of fun in that.
it's a lot of fun in having all kinds of kids running around. Oh boy, I think some people might disagree with that.
That depends if they know what's right and wrong.
They should follow their common sense, shouldn't
Yes. Well, I had a wonderful experience. I'm a 72-year Rebecca. That's that Rebecca's are connected to the Oddfellows, and it's a lodge. And I went as far as being head of all of Alberta and the Rebecca Assembly. That was a wonderful experience. You had to visit every lodge in the province. And one visit each year to BC, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Montana. We're all in the same area for that purpose. Yes, my husband was able to come with me, did all my driving, and he was sort of my guide.
Yeah.
We expanded our chicken farm from Acme to include an acreage halfway between Black Falls and Bentley, where we had 8,000 laying hens.
Oh my gosh. What did you do with all those eggs?
Sold them.
You sold them. Who did you sell them to?
I think it was safe we came and picked them up once a week.
Wow.
It was a big job, a big responsibility, but it was good. My husband said it was the easiest money he ever made, and he could count his pennies.
How did the chickens run around, or did they stay in a
They were
building?
in cages,
Okay.
but we changed flocks every year.
What did you do with the old flock?
They were taken to a place in Edmonton, and they probably ended up in soup.
They were somebody's chicken wings that year.
Yeah.
And where did you get the new chickens from?
From a farm in the Edinburgh area around Camrose. We got a new flock in June every year. And when they were 20 weeks old, they were 20 weeks old when we got them, and they started to lay right away.
What did you feed the chickens?
Hmm?
What did you feed the chickens?
Well, it was grain, and my husband took care of that area.
Okay. And did you have to go and collect the eggs, or did they all go down the chute?
They came down the chute.
Did you wash the eggs or no?
No, we didn't. The next people did that.
So you put them in cartons and they went to someone else?
We went to, yes, Safeways. And I'm thinking they must have gone to Edmonton, but I don't know for sure.
Because they would have had to have been candled, wouldn't they have?
No,
No.
we didn't do that.
No, but when they went to Edmonton, they probably were.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I know farm people used to have to candle their eggs, but somehow we didn't have.
Tell us what candling means.
Well, I never did it myself, but they would use a candle and look at it and detect if there were any blood specks or anything in the egg.
Oh, blood specks. I thought it was a crack, maybe.
Well, possibly that too.
Crack too. But you guys didn't have to do that.
No, I don't know why, but we didn't have to do that.
Did you enjoy having a chicken farm?
Oh, yes.
If someone could do or say something to you to make your day, to brighten up your day, what would that be?
A cheery hello.
A cheery hello. It doesn't take much, does it?
No.
Just a nice friendly hello. Do you have visitors that come and see you?
I'm very fortunate having visitors with my big family and a lifetime of friends.
That's nice that they come and see you.
Our mother and I started at Olds College together in 1943, and we kept our friendship for 70 years. Then she passed away, and this Mary was her daughter. Phoned me about the funeral, and my granddaughter took me to the funeral. When we got there, the undertaker or someone from that area said, "There's a lady coming in a wheelchair, and when she gets here, would you tell her she's to sit with the family?" That was a very special experience for me.
And you knew her for 70 years.
We kept our friendship, and now her daughter has carried it on.
Isn't that nice?
It
Yeah.
certainly is.
Years.
Maybe.
How are you able to stay in touch with someone for so long?
Well, We sent Christmas cards. We visited from Acme to Rumsey probably once a year. And we had a wonderful friendship. Christmas cards, of course.
Yeah.
But we probably sent each other birthday cards too. Not quite, not get into the great grandbabies I lose out. Oh, sometimes yes.
Yeah.
I had 6 birthdays in January. I managed to take care of those. February I've only got 2.
Oh, so it's a little slower.
I slowed down. I got to go to the summer set club week at Olson. I represented our dairy calf club. And while we had a week there, and we had a testing out sort of period. And I won a scholarship to take the dairy club, representing the dairy clubs of Alberta, and won a 2 years course at the college.
Wow.
Right here in Olds. We took everything. We had 16 subjects. They were trying to fit the young ladies to be efficient housewives.
And how did that work? Did you enjoy that?
Oh, very much. It was a wonderful growing up time for young people.
Do you remember any of the things that they taught you?
We had cooking, sewing, dietetics, and nursing, and horticulture, dairying, farm mechanics, teaching us how to fix an iron if it.
Did you like to live in residence there?
I did enjoy. The first year my sister and I started together, and they were full up. So we were asked to stay at the principal's home, which was a very lovely experience. The next year they had a little more room, so we stayed in residence. Oh, I remember one Christmas time, and we had some classes with the boys. And I went to pick up our mail, and I had already received my marks that I'd had 100% in math. And I walked in for the mail, and there was my dad sitting there to pick us up later. And I got homesick right now. And we came on home that afternoon, and my sister wasn't happy with me. She wanted to go to the dance.
Oh.
So you wanted to go home right away, and your sister wanted to stay.
Well, I think Dad felt better go home. I think there were close to half and half. It might have been more girls than boys. But now I couldn't tell you.
But not very many women got to go to college of your.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It didn't happen easily. My folks couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But that scholarship was $75. And that paid for half my year. I worked the other half off waiting tables.
I want to thank you for being here with us and being our movie star for today.
Thank you so very much. I enjoyed it.
I'm happy you did. Thanks again for joining us. That was fun.
Thank you very much.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, of course, and I enjoyed meeting you too.
It was a pleasure to meet you as well.
And I always enjoyed Brenda.
Who doesn't?
That's right, how could you not?
Clara's my biggest supporter.
Your biggest fan.
Yeah.
We've had some great talks.
Yeah.
That's
We
true.
always laugh, don't we?
Always impromptu.
Yeah. Well, while we walk her, she has to stop and take a break, so that's when we get to have a nice visit. Sometimes our business gets a little carried away.
Who knows what it'll be.
Yeah.
You probably talk more than you walk with her.
Some days.
Sometimes.
Yep. The talking is as important as the walking, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is to me.
Yeah, I think so too.
I enjoy the company so much. Oh, yes!
She gave me the gears.
What happened?
I never come in, and that day I came in and I sat down, I'm like, oh, you put up new pictures. I never really looked from this perspective. So then she bugged me all,
That was last week, I think.
yeah, she bugged me the whole day about her putting up new pictures.
And she did?
They've been there since she moved in.
Oh, she didn't even notice.
No, she's not very observant. Is she?